We're definitely not always motivated to do things for ourselves. We kind of tend to fall into the trap, and because it's comfortable, and because we're groomed to fall into this trap from the time we're kids and we first go into school. We get comfortable with just waking up, going to work, paying bills, going to sleep, and repeating that cycle. And we end up living for a weekend. We live for Friday night or Saturday or Sunday. And then most of us spend half of the day Sunday dreading Monday. So we spend, if you fall into this trap, you spend the vast majority of your life in a vicious cycle of a new form of slavery, where new ideas and creativity and inventiveness aren't encouraged, but they're discouraged, because from the time you're young, you're put in school and you're put in these perfect even rows, and you're told not to act out, not to have a lot of energy, not to speak out of turn. You're told to listen. So when we're adults, we end up listening. We just do what we're told, and we do our best to fit whatever mold we're trying to fit at the time, whether you're a businesswoman or a businessman or a lawyer or something like that. And that's really no way to live, because if you're doing that, you're building someone else's dream. You're building someone else's fortune, and you're not living your life. You're living for this false sense of security we think of as retirement. Now, I don't know about you, but living the vast majority of my life for somebody else and not doing anything to work towards my personal goals or make myself happy doesn't sound like a life. It sounds like slavery. Now, if you recognize this in yourself and you need to do something to change it, it needs to be soon, because this is one of those things where you procrastinate and you put it off till next week or tomorrow or the next day or the next minute. It's never going to happen. Yeah, I was talking to a friend that I was good friends with in high school recently on Facebook, and he said his passion is photography, and he wants to be a famous photographer one day. And I asked him what he was doing, and he's a great guy, and he's just one of those people that fell into this trap. He's just working a job. He's not doing anything proactively every single day to work towards his goal. So he's wasting time in a way. Now, I'm saying this because me personally, I'm very busy. I've definitely gotten comfortable in this idea of this trap, because I got out of the military recently, and all I cared about was getting a job to pay bills. And that's still what I care about, because I have a daughter. I have responsibilities, so I have to pay my bills. I have to feed her. I gotta take care of her. So I have to do what I have to do. But I make sure every single day I do something that's going to move me towards my goals and get me closer to where I want to be. That way, one day, whether it's a year from now or 10 years from now, I'm working for myself and I can live my life the way I want to live my life. Because you can have relationships, you can have friendships, you can have children, you can have whoever you want to have in your life. But at the end of the day, when you're on your deathbed, nobody can take your last breath but you. So figure out what you want to do in your life and map it out. Figure out what you can do every single day to get closer to your goals. And make sure you make yourself a priority, at least at one point every single day. That way you're not wasting your time. That way when you get where you want to be, you don't look back on the last 10 or 15 years as a waste. You look back and be like, I did a little bit every single day and now I'm here. So live your life, because it's yours to live. I hope you like the video. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share it with your friends, and please take this message to heart and share it with someone you think it could help, whether it be your parents or a loved one or a friend. Just share it with someone you think it could help. I love you guys. Peace.